Welcome back. This is Mr. Hassan's Maths channel, and I'm now answering question number 22 from the May-June 2023 paper 2 variant 3 of the 0580 IGCSE Cambridge syllabus. This question here is about sequences, and it tells us that the nth term of the sequence is given by a quarter n cubed plus an squared plus bn, and we want to find the value of a and b. Now we could tackle this question using our understanding of how to deal with sequences, okay, and how to generate the nth term of a sequence. And that is a possibility. However, that's going to be quite cumbersome. There's a much easier way of doing this because we have the right form of the sequence. We have some of the terms in here, and they gave us, the coefficient of the n cubed part. So for this one, I think it would be easy for us to use simultaneous equations to do this. All right. Now, what I can say, this is the first. This is when n equals 1. This is what the particular term comes out to be. When n equals 2, we get 6. When n equals 3, we get 11.25. When n equals 4, we get 20. Now, what we can do is we have two unknowns, a and b. So I can form from this two equations because we know the nth term, un, is equal to a quarter n cubed plus a n squared plus bn. So I know that when n equals, now I could use n equals 1, but then I'm going to have to use this, which is a fraction. It's doable, but I think it's easier for us to use the whole numbers. So I'm going to use n equals 2. When n equals 2, I can say that un is going to be 6. So I'll say 6 equals, so if n equals 2, you'll have a quarter times 2 cubed plus a times 2 squared plus b times 2. So this is going to be 6 equals, that's going to be a quarter times 8. A quarter of 8 is 2 plus 4a plus 2b. So if you subtract 2 from both sides, you'll have 4 equals 4a plus 2b. This can be made simpler by dividing both sides of this equation by 2. You'll end up with 2 equals 2a plus b. That's one equation. And we can do a similar thing with n equals, again, I would use 4 because we can see that the term we're going to get is going to be a whole number. So it might make the numbers bigger, but eventually they will hopefully simplify to this, and we don't have to deal with these decimals. I'm trying to avoid using decimals. So I could have used n equals 1 and 2, but then I'd have to put 2.75 equals, and then I personally find that a bit more hassle. So I'm going to just stick with the whole numbers to make life easier. So I'll put n equals 4. All right. So when n equals 4, we're going to get 20 as our nth term. So 20 equals, so we're going to put 4 instead of n. So a quarter times 4 cubed plus a times 4 squared plus b times 4. So you have 20 equals, that's a quarter times 4 cubed is 64. So you have 64 divided by 4, which is going to give you 16. That's going to be 16 plus, and you have a times 4 squared, which is 16a plus 4b. So 20 minus 16 is 4. 4 is equal to 16a plus 4b. Now again, we can divide by 4 this time, in which case we'll get 1 equals 4a plus b. So now we have a pair of equations. We have basically 2a plus b is equal to 2, and you have 4a plus b is equal to 1. Very simple to solve these equations. We can subtract these equations from each other. Equation 1 minus equation 2, or even the other way around, to give us a positive a term is better. Okay, so I would do it the other way around to make my a term directly positive. So I'll do equation 2 minus equation 1, so subtracting kind of upwards. 4a minus 2a is 2a, b minus b is 0, it's eliminated. 1 minus 2 is minus 1, so a is equal to negative a half. And then we know that 2 times negative a half plus b equals 2. So that's minus 1 plus b equals 2. So b is equal to 2 plus 1, which is 3. So a equals negative a half and b equals 3 are our two answers. So if you have time in the exam, you can check to see if the answers are correct. So we can just write down a quarter times n cubed, and minus a half times n squared. Minus a half times n squared. We actually answered the question now. I'm just checking to see if our answer is definitely correct. Plus 3 times n. Now we can choose any one of these terms. For example, let's choose term 3, because let's choose term 3, a term that we didn't even use, although it would be more hassle for us to find it. I'm going to put n equals 3, so I'll have a quarter times 3 cubed minus a half times 3 squared plus 3 times 3. And what should come out from that is 11.25. Let's see if that happens. I'll just stick this in the calculator to check. Whoops, what happened there? Okay, we should get 11.25. Something weird happened. So 11.25. So we take the calculator and we check. So we have a quarter times 3 cubed minus a half times 3 squared plus 3 times 3, which is 9, which gives us 11.25. So we know for sure that we have got the right numbers there. So that's just to confirm for us, but this is like a check just to make sure. You can check, and that gives you the same as that. So we know that we're correct, and that's the value of A and B. That's by far the easiest way of dealing with it. I wouldn't try to use the techniques of finding the nth term of a sequence when they give you something like this, where you already know part of it, okay? And it's a cubic sequence, which is a bit of a hassle, okay? I would stick to this method here, especially as we have some of the unknowns, but there are other ways of doing this. We could use the method of cubic sequences as well to answer this question, but that would take a bit of a longer type of time to do. So I would personally stick to this, and I wouldn't use these decimal points, although you could use 1 and 2, n equals 1, and when n equals 1, the nth term un is 2.75, and when n equals 3, the nth term is 11.25. You could use them, but then you'll have decimals to deal with. This makes, I think, life easier. So that concludes this question number 22. Other questions from this paper can be found in the playlist that will appear in this section over here. Other questions from the topic of sequences can be found in the playlist over here. You can subscribe to my channel by clicking on this link, and if you would like to see other videos which are dealing with topics from IGCSE to Cambridge, Edexcel, A-levels, AS level, whatever, this video here will show you how to navigate my channel to find what you're looking for. Thank you for watching, and see you soon.